of March. Yo, motivational chords. You asked a question earlier about my bad, bro. You asked about flip versus break of the highs, right? So the difference is I would wait for a flip whenever you are waiting for liquidity to be formed, whenever you are unsure of where the liquidity is, right? However, when you have a higher chance of understanding where that lower wick is for that lower for the bottom wick, right, which is aka liquidity, then I'll attempt wick entries. Right, for instance, like I said on this new 4-hour candle, if you open up with no top wick as a sign and then you're closing above the range, which is another sign, then cool. I could attempt a wick entry instead of taking a flip, right? Obviously, like I'll say, if you're a little newer to like taking trading price action, which you're not, right? You've been here for a minute. You could just wait for the flip of the candle and wait after the bottom wick is formed, right? You want to mark the levels where you want to see bottom wicks at. Let's say it closes above here and you want to see a bottom wick at 21.29. Okay, wait for a bottom wick tap at 21.29 and then place a buy stop on the flip, right? Again, if price lines up in terms of everything makes sense for this level to be the bottom wick area, for instance, you have no bottom wick here, maybe you want to see a bottom wick here to make the bottom for that level. On top of that, the 4 cannot close above the range. On top of that, that's the most recent support. If you have a bunch of confluences for that, you can take the wick entry. So yeah, that's why for me it depends. It depends on really what price prints. Some days I might have wick entries, some days I might have like the flip instead. I think yesterday we had the flip, whereas on Monday we had the wick entry. Because we had some extra confluences, right? But each trade really depends on what price is printing. Why'd you wait for a 5-minute bottom wick when the 5-minute close bearish? If you look at that question again, like you see how you asked like, why did you wait for a 5-minute bottom wick when the 5-minute closed bearish? Key word in that is like close bearish. So if it closes bearish, you're expecting price to drive down, right? But if you close bearish, respecting support, you could drive down, but still respect that support, which means that there's a high chance you could reject up, right? So you do want to see a bottom wick, because if there's no bottom wick in that bearish candle, any given point, that can be a 5-minute top wick for us to rip down to fill the wick down on 5-minute. So like for instance, if there's no bottom wick here, then what this candle could have done was it could have done this. Break of the highs, flip, boom, right? Because that would be liquidity to drop down. But at least like the probability of that being liquidity to drop down is a lot lower if you were to create a bottom wick first and then flip bullish, because then higher chance you have to drive up, because this is a bottom wick for us to rip up, and you can assume so, right? So that's how I'll base that.